The Karen sisters were legends in our HOA, but not the good kind. Think less local heroes, more neighborhood nightmares. Their latest stunt? Demanding cash for a fake kids charity while sneering at anyone who dared question their hustle. It started on a muggy Saturday evening, the kind where the air sticks to your skin and tempers flare like cheap fireworks. I was hauling groceries from my car, already annoyed at the HOA's latest email about mandatory lawn ornament regulations, when I heard the telltale screech of Karen number one. Let's call her Karen Prime. She was waddling across the cul-de-sac, her oversized floral blouse flapping like a warning flag. Her sister, Karen 2, trailing behind with a clipboard that screamed "scam" louder than a used car salesman. "Excuse me, honey," Karen Prime sneered, her voice dripping with that patronizing tone that makes your skin crawl. "You haven't donated to our children's fund yet, have you? Poor little Timmy needs surgery, and we're all pitching in." She thrust a crumpled flyer in my face, featuring a blurry photo of a kid who looked suspiciously like a stock image from a Google search. I squinted at the flyer, then at her. "Timmy, huh? What's his last name?" Karen Prime's face twitched, her fake smile faltering like a bad Wi-Fi signal. "That's not important," she snapped, her chins wobbling with indignation. "What matters is you're not doing your part for the community." Karen 2 chimed in, her voice nasal and grating. "Yeah. Don't you care about kids? Or are you just selfish?" Now, I'm no saint, but I've lived in this HOA long enough to know the Karen sisters' playbook. Last year, it was emergency roof repairs for a house they didn't own. The year before, they collected for a neighborhood watch that turned out to be their personal beer fund. So, I did what any reasonable person would. I smiled, said I'd think about it, and went inside to do some digging. An hour later, my suspicions were confirmed. A quick search on X revealed posts from neighbors complaining about the sisters' charity antics. One user, at HOA Watchdog, had screenshots of the same flyer used in 3 different states, each with a different sick kid name. I cross-checked the kid's photo. Yep, straight from a stock image site. These two weren't just scamming, they were lazy about it. By Sunday morning, the sisters were back, this time knocking on my door like they owned the place. Karen Prime's face was redder than her knockoff designer purse, and Karen 2 was clutching that clipboard like it was a shield. "We know you didn't donate," Karen Prime barked, pointing a manicured claw at me. "You think you're better than us, don't you? People like you are why kids like Timmy suffer." I leaned against the doorframe, trying not to laugh. "Timmy's not real, Karen. Neither is your charity." The silence was glorious for about 2 seconds before Karen Prime exploded. "How dare you accuse us of lying? We're pillars of this community. You're just a jealous nobody who can't handle strong women." Karen 2 nodded furiously, adding, "We'll make sure everyone knows what a cheapskate you are." That's when I pulled out my phone, already recording. "Go ahead, tell the world. I've got receipts." I showed them the X posts, the stock photo proof, the works. Their faces went from red to ghost white, but Karen Prime wasn't done. She lunged for my phone, shrieking about slander and lawsuits. I dodged, and that's when things got real messy. Karen 2, in a panic, tried to grab the phone too, but she tripped over her own flip-flops and crashed into a trash can, sending garbage flying across my lawn. Neighbors started peeking out their windows, drawn by the commotion. Karen Prime, now in full meltdown mode, started yelling at everyone, calling us ungrateful peasants who didn't appreciate her selfless work. I'd had enough. I called the cops, not because I'm a snitch, but because these two were escalating from annoying to unhinged. While we waited, I posted a quick update on X. HOA Karen sisters caught scamming with fake kids charity. Currently losing it in my front yard. Stay tuned. The post blew up, with neighbors chiming in about their own run-ins with the sisters. The police arrived 10 minutes later, and oh, what a sight. Karen Prime tried to spin her sob story, batting her eyelashes at the officer and claiming I was harassing them. But the cop, a no-nonsense woman named Officer Ramirez, wasn't buying it. She took one look at the flyer, then at my phone with the evidence, and her face hardened. "Ma'am, you're going to need to come with us," she said, pulling out her cuffs. Karen 2 started wailing. claiming they were just trying to help. Karen Prime, true to form, doubled down, screaming about her rights and how she'd sue the entire department. The neighbors, now gathered in a small crowd, were eating it up. Someone even started filming, and I caught a glimpse of the footage later on Spure Chaos, with Karen Prime's floral blouse flapping as she was escorted to the squad car. At the station, the truth unraveled faster than a cheap sweater. The Karen sisters had been running this scam for years, pocketing thousands from gullible neighbors across multiple HOAs. They'd used the money for everything from luxury spa days to a down payment on a tacky RV they bragged about on social media. The Children's Fund was just their latest grift, and they'd been dumb enough to use the same flyer in a neighboring town, where another victim had already tipped off the cops. By Monday, the sisters were charged with fraud and theft. The HOA sent out an email disavowing them, and the neighborhood group chat was buzzing with a mix of relief and glee. I won't lie, watching the sisters' empire of entitlement crumble felt good. But it wasn't just about the karma. It was about the people they'd hurt. The neighbors who'd given their hard-earned cash, thinking it was for a sick kid. The families who'd trusted these women because they played the community leader card so well. I ran into Officer Ramirez at the coffee shop a week later. She told me the sisters were still trying to play the victim, claiming they were misunderstood philanthropists. She rolled her eyes, and we both laughed. But then she got serious. "You did the right thing, calling it out," she said. "People like that count on silence." That stuck with me. The Karen sisters weren't just greedy. They were bullies who thrived on guilt-tripping people into submission. They thought they were untouchable, waltzing through the neighborhood like they owned it. But all it took was one person saying enough to bring their house of cards down. The fallout wasn't just legal. The sisters' names were mud in the HOA, their RV was repossessed, their spa memberships canceled. Last I heard, they were trying to move to another state. But good luck outrunning an ex-post that's been shared 1,000 times. The neighborhood felt lighter without them, like we'd all been holding our breath and could finally exhale. Sometimes, justice doesn't just knock, it kicks the door down. For every Karen out there, thinking they can scam and scheme their way through life, there's a reckoning waiting. And for the Karen sisters, that reckoning came in handcuffs, with a crowd of fed-up neighbors cheering it on. The end.